ladies and gentlemen, is the final Sombra mystery about to be revealed? I'm Stylosa, this is Unit Lost, and let's discuss Sombra, because we are getting very close to the finish or the 100% date of A Moment in Crime.com. Now, you will remember, A Moment in Crime.com popped up a considerable amount of time ago, okay? And everybody was like, wow, what is this? We followed all of the ARG clues, and it led us to A Moment in Crime.com, of which there was a countdown, and the countdown was moving extremely slowly, and we were all puzzled, what is going on? And then some enterprising fellows worked out the date that this would actually finish based on the rate that it is updating. So we know this will finish on Tuesday the 18th of October. Now, the Sombra ARG, or ARG, whatever you want to call it, it has been dragging on. This is just fact. It has been going on way too long, and we now need some hard evidence. We need something to happen. So what the hell is going to happen when this website reaches 100% next Tuesday, October the 18th? Well, maybe there's a clue there, because it is a Tuesday. Now, typically, Overwatch updates on a Tuesday. So you'll get major... Like, if you look at the recent Halloween update, that came out on a Tuesday. A lot of the major updates come out on a Tuesday. And a lot of the minor updates come out on a Tuesday. It is typically Overwatch's update day. So what the hell could happen? Well, there are a number of possibilities here, and I guess we just start off with the worst possible thing that could potentially happen. If this does happen, then the internet is going to rage like you would not believe, ladies and gentlemen, and that would be another countdown timer. Now, you imagine if A Moment in Crime reaches 100%, we're given a load more cryptic clues, which then lead to another countdown timer. I think people will go absolutely batshit crazy. There will be riots in the street, ladies and gentlemen. It will be, what the hell is going on? Come on, Blizzard, this has gone on way too long. Of which, obviously, that would... I mean, it's gone on way too long already. I mean, if you think of Anna, when Anna was teased, I think we were given a picture of Anna's weaponry and some other small, like, little bits of teasers. And we were like, oh my god, this is Sombra. That must be Sombra, because we didn't really expect Anna to get released. And then suddenly Anna was on the PTR. She's on there for 2 weeks, and then the game launched. Oh, well, then she launches into the game. She had quite a few little small tweaks. Things to her, like a magazine size was increased. The rate of fire was ultimately increased. And even now, she still gets changes. Like in the recent patch, she had her biotic grenade range increased. So, let's go back to these days. Let's go back to October the 18th. So that would be the worst case scenario, right? If it just leads to another countdown timer and we just don't know what the hell is going on. The next thing which could happen, which is slightly more likely, because the dates do sort of add up, and I'll go over the dates in a second. So, 18th of October, this is next Tuesday. This is when A Moment in Crime reaches 100%. Then, the PTR updates with Sombra. Sombra is now on the PTR, and she's now playable for 2 weeks. Those 2 weeks would take us up to the 1st of November. Now, a very major Blizzard event is going to happen on the 4th of November. This is, of course, BlizzCon. Now, what Blizzard like to do at BlizzCon is release major sort of, well, not release major updates, but tease major updates and give major information on all of their game franchises. I mean, we're expecting some major announcements this year. Overwatch will also have major announcements. Now, you could argue Sombra is a major announcement. But here's the thing, and this is like one of the issues I've got with this, because if Sombra does release on Tuesday on the PTR and she's playable, surely the impact of Sombra is going to be much lessened when BlizzCon comes around. So if she does hit the PTR, you can imagine I'll be making videos on it, a load of other people will be making videos on it, the whole internet will be talking about Sombra, we'll be discussing her abilities, finally she's here, and all of that stuff. But then 2 weeks later, after she's been on the PTR for a while, she's getting changed, then we suddenly get an official sort of Sombra release. Like, everybody thought, and me included, that we're going to be sitting there at BlizzCon, there'll be an Overwatch presentation taking place, and suddenly Sombra hacks the event. She takes over the event, her face is on the big screen, she sort of lays out her agenda, I'm Sombra, this is what I'm doing, and blah blah blah, and there's the big reveal, and then she's on the PTR. You see, that would make more sense, because if you think about it, if Blizzard want to generate hype, which, I mean, I guess, I say if you think about it, if you think about generating hype, surely Sombra has got the most hype anything has ever had, for God knows how long. It is just absolutely ridiculous in every way. It's stupid. Like, it's just too much hype now, way too much hype. So, maybe by them not releasing her at BlizzCon and sort of releasing her 2 weeks before lessens the impact, and it won't be as great. I don't know. And the other way of looking at this is, I guess this could be the third option. They simply announce Sombra. Now, we know we got a leaked supposedly a leaked internal Blizzard sort of update page, which gets pushed out to their various localizations of their website. So, you know, Blizzard have got a language version of you know, like every website that they've got in every different language. So basically what I'm trying to say, they've got localizations of the website. So English versions, Spanish versions, Chinese versions, and all that stuff. And all of this stuff has to be updated simultaneously. So somebody has obviously leaked a picture from that. Now, is this actually a proper leak? Well, if you look at the leaked image, it does tell you about Dr. Junkenstein and protecting the castle, which actually was the brawl. So that does give this a bit of validity. It makes it seem quite plausible. Obviously, the image of Sombra herself looks extremely likely to be an Overwatch character. It is in the Overwatch style. So there's no real debate in that. Obviously, it's a very low quality image, so there's going to be skepticism around that. And then there's more information about Sombra. And it does say that Sombra is going to be sort of released later on tonight. Now, could this be two different news updates on the same page? Like, we've got the Halloween update, and then a week later we get the Sombra update. And so this would obviously make it as Tuesday, and on the 18th of October there'll be this update hitting the various Overwatch blog pages on the Blizzard websites, and then we'll be able to play her later on. It seems weird, like this I mean, we need to look at this from a logical point of view, and if Blizzard want Sombra to be the major release at BlizzCon, they would not put her on the PTR 2 weeks before BlizzCon. She would be released at BlizzCon on the PTR, and then 2 weeks later she would come out. That's what would happen. So she's not released at BlizzCon, she's announced at BlizzCon, she's on the PTR for 2 weeks, and then she hits live. That's what you would expect to happen, not before, because that sort of takes the sting out of it. Well, here's the other conspiracy theory. Maybe they've got something different to give us at BlizzCon, something absolutely monumental, and that's the only way I can see. I mean, right now, if you want my honest opinion, what I think is if they do release Sombra on Tuesday next week to the PTR, that means at BlizzCon they have a major announcement. I would get really excited then for BlizzCon. I'd be like, oh my god, what are they going to announce at BlizzCon? Are we going to get another hero? Are we going to get like some form of like loads of new maps, game modes, or some major sort of lore release? Or are we going to get some sort of single player component? What the hell are we going to get? Because that would indicate to me they've got something else for BlizzCon. Now, if they don't, that'll be a major letdown, because Sombra has been leaked all over the place. But then again, here's the thing, you can't actually protect against leaks 100%, can you? And if stuff does get leaked, you can't expect Blizzard to go away and make a ton of new content for the game just because we want a proper announcement at BlizzCon, which would be, well, kind of ridiculous. If we go back to Gamescom and we look at what was released there, we had Eichenwald, which I believe is how it's pronounced, or Eichenwald if you're English and reading it. I think it's Eichenwald, or something like that. But anyway, we had a new map, and that was it. Now, I was expecting to get a new game mode there. In fact, it was even pointed to me that we might get a new game mode, but we didn't. And I'm like, oh, okay, we just got a map. The map's great, don't get me wrong. Apart from that final bit, of course, which is very hard to push in, but there you go. Moving on. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I want you to let me know what you think about this in the comments below. The Sombra story, honestly, it needs to come to a close now. What we need is this website has to indicate to some sort of launch or something. If it gives us another countdown timer and the countdown timer is to BlizzCon, then we know that she's going to be announced at BlizzCon. If she's suddenly on the PTR, then okay, fair enough. We're going to be able to play her for 2 weeks, and then she gets an official announcement at BlizzCon. That's going to kind of, well, that's not going to be too great because we're already going to be playing with her for 2 weeks, which is okay, I suppose. But then that will mean BlizzCon is a little bit less hype, I suppose. Or the other way of looking at it is they do release her on Tuesday to the PTR, and then this means that there's going to be some major announcement at BlizzCon because they've lessened the impact of the Sombra reveal, so to speak. I don't know, it's very interesting, this, guys, and I guess when I look at it and I look back at the whole history of the ARG, it was fantastic to begin with. It really was. I had a lot of fun with it. Loads of people had fun with it. I really enjoyed making videos covering it, especially reading the comments you guys would leave on the videos, because it was like, it was awesome. Everybody knows about the Sombra ARG. It doesn't even matter if they're not even an Overwatch player. It was brilliant. When you talk about marketing and all of that stuff, it was brilliant. Problem is, it's gone on way too long, and it seems like this countdown timer they threw out was just sort of like lazy, you know what I mean? Like a moment in crime was like, oh yeah, and by the way, just come back in a month. It was like, whoa, this is a bit lazy, ain't it? It might actually be more than a month, I don't know. See, even me, I'm confused now. Like, it's almost like I don't care anymore. I just want Sombra. If that leak of Sombra is to be believed, I want her and I want her playable. But I hope I've covered a lot of the possible outcomes to what could happen on Tuesday, especially when a moment in crime reaches 100%, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Let me know if you've got any crazy information. Let me know if you've got any crazy insight. Let me know if you've got any crazy ideas. I'd love to hear them. Guys, I've been Stylosa. This is Unit Loss. You can subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the videos, like them. You can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming, and you can also follow me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/UnitLost. And I will catch you on the next one, guys. Toodaloo.